Hello, this is Taylor Elwood, your mad scientist and magical experimenter. And today I wanted to continue on with our series about how I do experiments. In this case, I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about um, the process of connecting with the archangels and by virtue of making an offering of sorts to them. What you're going to see here is one of the drawings. It's the drawing for the archangel Raphael, in association with the element of air. I've got other drawings as well, and if you want to see those, you can actually go to my, if you go to my Patreon account, you can see them. In fact, if you click below on the Become My Patron link, you'll go there, you'll be able to see the Raphael drawing more closely, and of course, because it's free to all, and then if you want to see the others, well, consider becoming my patron. Anyway, getting back to the matter at hand, I'm creating these specific drawings as offerings to the different archangels. So far I've created 5.5 of them. So I've done Raphael, I've done Gabriel, I've done Michael, I've done um, Ariel, and I've done Sandalphon. And now I'm working on Savuviel, and then eventually, and then we'll work on Metatron. Each of these drawings are offerings of sorts. They're my way of saying, hey, thank you to the archangels for taking the time to connect with me. Um, they also have another function, and that's that they're evocation portals, which just makes it easier for me to do evocation workings with them. I'm not going to really go into that today, but you may see some information about that down the line. But the reason I've done these drawings is because because I do, of course, want to develop these temporal consecration prayers. And I thought it might be useful to deepen my connection first with the various entities involved. Now you might say, but Taylor, you already have the spatial consecration prayer with the 4 archangels. Well, yes, I do, but again, I wanted to make offerings to them and acknowledge them because this additional temporal consecration prayer is something that I'm adding on. And so I thought it would be a good idea to take the time to make the effort and show that, hey, I'm thinking about you other archangels as well. I'm thinking about all of the players involved. I'm not just focusing on the 3 that I want to connect with for the purposes of developing the temporal consecration prayer. I always say that, in any kind of thing, you want to really look at the entire pantheon that you're dealing with. And so in this case, we're dealing with 7 archangels. And so we want to look at the core 4 archangels as well as the 3. And so really the purpose of these drawings is that they are offerings. They're also evocation portals. They're things that I am going to actually use in my rituals to the archangels. And not just for the purpose of developing the temporal consecration prayer, but also seeing where I can take some of this work further. So the reason that I've developed them is that in some ways they're going to be physical placeholders that are going to be very helpful for the work that I'm trying to do. Now the next step beyond this is actually going to be developing the temporal consecration prayer. So once these drawings are done, one of the things that I'm going to do is do some more intense work with the 3 archangels, Sandalphon, Savuviel, and Metatron, and see what it is that they are willing to, what kind of information they're willing to impart. I will say that right now what I've noticed is that all of the information I've gotten from Savuviel matches up with the sources that I've found that have something to say about him. And like, for example, the information that I got that Savuviel very much is representative of the present, that fits with what William G. Gray has shared in his books. In fact, just yesterday I was reading Temple Magic and I found some further information about Savuviel, and I'm like, that makes so much sense. So, where we're going from here is we're going to develop those temporal consecration prayers, and I'm going to talk next week about what that process looks like. But I wanted to share where I'm at with this process. You might approach these things differently, but I like to take this, at least when I'm working with entities, I like to take this step of developing an offering to them. That really kind of doubles as a way for me to connect with them as well. All offerings ideally do that, but this is kind of a way for me to automate the process, if you will. Anyway, I hope you all have a good day. If you have comments, feel free to leave below. If you haven't subscribed, click on the T. And if you want to see the paintings, click on the Become My Patron link so that you can learn, see the one painting or drawing more closely and learn a bit more about the other ongoing work that I'm doing. Thanks, and take care.